Hello, hello, hello. Back again on this marvelous day, bringing you that gas. I'm here with my co-host, my partner, my friend, Mr. New Type of Aaron Wells Money.
What's happening? What's happening?
And today, the topic is what type of relationship, or not what type, what what is your relationship built upon?
Mm.
Whether it's with a friend, whether it's with a loved one, whether it's with a coworker, whether it's with your wife, whether it's with God, what is your relationship really built upon?
Mm.
Because all relationships should be built upon something.
Something.
So just ask yourself that question. Take a moment to just think like, whatever type of relationship you're in, whether it's friendship, courtship, whatever, what is it built upon? And today I'm gonna let my co-host start out like always. And I want him to kind of tell me like the friends that he's had, what was those relationships built upon?
Man, you just got me reflecting, man, on live now. And I look back through lives. Many of my relationships was built upon trying to get some money. So uh, many of my relationships, um, if I be honest, with females was more so like in my younger years were more so built upon sex. Uh, a lot of the friends that I had back then, those relationships may have been built upon we all like to clown, we all like to joke or smoke, uh, drink, had some type of yeah, uh, in the past, like
Well, what, and we say what was it built upon, but in order to start building,
mm-hmm,
there has to be a foundation.
mm-hmm,
And so, what stemmed that relationship? Like, for instance, the friends that you had, what attracted you to them to make you call them your friends? Because we come in contact with a lot of people every day. But what made those particular ones that you kept around different from the ones you just spoke to or was around? Like, for instance, when you went to school, you probably had 500 people in your class,
right,
but everybody wasn't your friend.
right,
When you went to church, there probably 40, 50 people at the church, but everybody wasn't in that inner circle.
right,
You probably met hundreds and thousands of women in your life,
right,
but you've only dated a few of them.
right.
So, based upon the friendship and the courtship, what was it built upon? What started that foundation? What attracted you to that friendship or that courtship or that relationship with God?
Mm. Like I said, when I think about it, that's why I went back first. I guess over time, what my relationship has been and is built upon now has changed. Like it's went from like little surface level stuff to now like okay, it's cool to to have a associate or whatever, but like what are we doing? Like I'm about to be 40. You know what I mean? Like we getting older, so what is we doing if we not coming together to advance our families financially, advance each other mentally, physically, or in some type of way, it really ain't no need to be around. But yeah, mine has changed a lot. Like I say, from maybe the past, it was more surface level. It was more so how I felt. I would say most of my relationships were built on how that person made me feel. That's whether family member or not. If I ain't like what they was talking or like the way they make me feel, I don't go around them family members. So, but as I've got, like I said, as I've gotten older, I started to value relationships different too. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I started to value relationships to the point where it's like um, certain stuff that I would have just blocked out. I really like. I guess God will tug on my heart and be like, "Nah, I know you wanna not deal with that person, but nah, I'm gonna let you. There's something I want to teach you by dealing with that person."
I guess.
Yeah, maybe I'm off topic a little bit, but
No,
yeah,
I got what you're saying. It's
yeah,
just too. As you was talking, it made me further realize that all relationships are built upon a feeling.
mm, wow, that wow,
To where the point where if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to be in a relationship with them.
right,
Or if you were in a relationship with them and it didn't go right, now you feel uncomfortable to where you don't want to be around them
but
because
it's
there's certain topics or certain memories that bring you back to where you don't want to remember that. So it's best if you don't. You ever been somewhere where you was doing good and you was kind of lived up, and then somebody walked in the room that stuff didn't go so well with, and it kind of makes you quieten down and want to be like, I don't want to be too outspoken right now because I don't want them
right,
to come at me the wrong way, or it's like
right,
they change your energy when they walk in the room.
right.
So, and then when we talk about God, it's based off of feeling.
Feeling everything, yeah.
Yeah,
It's all based on feeling.
it's all based on
Even
feeling.
me, when like I said, what I say, my spiritual encounter that I had in March 28th, 2012, it was still a feeling that came over me. Yeah, it was a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the way that it made me feel, I listened to the voice that spoke. Yeah, you right.
Even with, see, a lot of people don't recognize either. We can have a relationship with things, with substances, with
Right,
vehicles, with
right.
houses. Okay, most people smoke weed because of the way it makes them
Feel,
feel. Most people drink because of the way it makes them feel.
feel,
If I just got this new car, I drive it more and I wash it more because of the way it make me feel when
feel.
I'm in it,
Right.
and the attention I get while I'm in it.
Still a feeling.
Still a
The
feeling.
attention is a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
So
You may just crack the code there, brother Joy. We may.
yeah, I ain't gonna say I cracked the
It's
code. It just
it,
hit me while you was talking.
it's
Like,
all based on the feeling. Like it's all of my relationships in every sphere. Say that word of life. It's based on
feeling.
feeling. People go to church really because how it make them feel.
Mm-hmm.
If the pastor don't make them feel good, they may leave the church.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta feel good to give my offering. I gotta feel it's so I ain't gonna go that deep.
Go,
I ain't
go.
gonna go.
Now we said on this show, we'll say what most
I
folks
say
gonna
we
say.
said.
We said.
I was gonna say, could it be that what's going on in service and just beyond service? But I'm speaking in the is just a manipulation of energy to make people feel a certain feeling, and we call it all these names that we call it. They caught the Holy Ghost. Maybe they just felt a certain feeling.
Well, that person that normally be on a substance, that first feeling is that feeling they always try to get back, but they
to
never can get there
right,
because it's nothing like the first.
right,
That's even in a relationship. That
right,
first love, you can look for it, but it's never first because you don't know what it. You didn't know what love felt like until you felt it the first time in a courtship. But then once you felt it and then was heartbroken, you go looking back for that same feeling that you felt the first time. But it's almost impossible to get because now you're familiar with something versus never being familiar with something.
Right. Yeah. Mm. Wow.
That first child. Not saying we love our children different, but it's something about that first child because I wasn't a parent until
Right.
that first child came.
Right.
And now I can appreciate being a parent. You ever see how some people, their first child, you got to wash your hands, sterilize your hands. They were so picky about that first child. But by the time the second and third come, man, please pick your nose and hold them. You ain't even got to sanitize. You ain't got to do just give me a break. But now that first child, you wouldn't let nobody keep it.
Right.
You got to be in my sight. I don't even want to let them go to the daycare. But that second, third, fourth, man, oh, I wish it was. I'd rather go to work than sit here and deal with all this right here. So it's something about that first feeling, that relationship for the first time. So going back to what is your relationship built upon? And if we be honest, if everybody be honest, it's built upon feeling.
A feeling. A bunch of a bunch of feelings.
And whether it's good feelings or bad ones.
Dang.
Think about it. You got some women that like men to beat them. Now, why they're getting beat, I bet that feeling ain't good, but it gives them some type of rush to where they want to get to feel that again.
Right.
So, like, all relationships ain't built upon good feelings.
Right. Ooh.
Some of them are built upon
bad feelings.
Or what we would consider bad, but some they may consider to be good. Some people would consider getting so high out of my mind, that's a bad feeling.
Right.
But to that person that like it, good feeling.
That's a good feeling. Yeah. But they don't want to face reality.
Some people go in the store and steal just for that adrenaline rush and feeling. Even though it's bad, it's that feeling.
Based on that feeling.
Some people get a feeling of joy.
So is it safe to say sometimes it ain't even the relationship with the person that we have. It's the relationship with the feeling. It is. I get up and run right now.
It is.
Ooh. Sometimes it ain't the fact that she just love you like that. She love the feeling of spending your money.
She love the feeling of security.
She
because she's felt what it's like to struggle.
Ooh.
She's felt what it's like to be mistreated.
Dang.
Now, I'm feeling what it's like to be treated right. I'm feeling what it's like to be secure, not struggle. So therefore, I go through the bad just for this good feeling. Therefore, you can cheat on me as long as I'm secure in this good feeling.
That's deep, Brother Joy. Because you got my mind. Yeah.
And think about it. We make rash decisions
based off
in our relationships based off our feeling. We can love somebody to death, but if they do something to hurt you and you feel in a different way, you be ready to hurt them right quick. Like forget about how much you felt about them or all the good they ever did.
Right.
Just because of how they made you feel at one time. And see, we do the same thing with God a lot of times.
Wow.
We know he's good. We know he'll keep. We know he's a protector, provider. But now sometimes people can make me feel like he ain't.
Yeah. Sometimes based off how I'm feeling.
Based off how I'm feeling.
I don't feel like praying today.
Yeah. I don't feel like you're a good God.
I don't feel like, yeah.
How he a good God, no struggle.
Right.
How he a good God, I just lost my child.
Right.
How he a good God, I just lost my job.
I'm just getting some, and this is deep. Our love for God and people can't be based off of what we think is reality.
Break that down.
Sometimes what we think is reality, sometimes our reality is altered because our feelings alter our reality.
Yeah. Or
Or
even our truth.
you feel what I'm saying?
Because I can be genuinely when I'm telling you something, but just because you feel like I'm not.
But you see what
I
I'm
get what you're
you
saying.
So I say you got me going on this. Woo! You got my brain. I'm just let you. Yeah, because I feel you over there. Go on ahead.
See, one time we had this conversation before about the
Dang.
ship,
Yeah,
relationships.
friendship.
The best part about, or the most pivotal part about the ship, whether it's relationship, friendship, courtship, is, are you on the ship? Because what good is it if I'm in a relationship with you, whether it be friendship, whatever, if I'm not on the ship?
Right.
Meaning we got to be similar in some type of way.
Right.
We got to be close in some type of way for
Right.
me to even be in
any type of ship with you. Yeah.
See, a lot of times we go out, like for instance, we go get on a cruise right now. That's a ship, right? A cruise ship.
Yeah.
Once we all go out to sail, unless the emergency happens to where they have to throw out the lifeboats or whatever, we all on this ship together.
Yeah.
Regardless of what going on, whether we on this side of the ship, on that side of the ship, we mad on the ship, we happy on the ship, we partying on the ship, we separate on the ship.
Right.
We still on the same ship, heading the same direction. But a lot of time, we'll say we're in a ship and then we'll want to board the ship while it's still out in the ocean. But what happens if we get in the ship, and this is where our relationship should be? We should get in the ship without these lifeboats, without these life jackets, meaning I'm here for the duration of the trip.
Right. Right.
See, a lot of times we want to be in friendships or relationships, but we don't want to be there for the duration of the trip. We want to be rescued in the middle of the ocean. If I go get on a cruise ship going to the Bahamas, I can't get off that ship, regardless of how seasick I get or whatever, until we reach the Bahamas. Unless there's an emergency.
Right.
But a lot of times we'll aboard the ship when there's no emergency. We think just because I got upset, that's an emergency.
Wow.
That's not the time to get off the ship.
Just because you told me what you didn't like about me. It ain't that you said it in a good way. It's just the fact I ain't like that you said. I'm getting off this ship. Dang.
I'm getting off this ship. It's amazing. Going back to that thing, feeling. We kill a lot of ships. Whether it's relationship, courtship, based off of a feeling.
Yeah.
Which that's the main thing that relationships are based upon.
Feeling.
But why can't we have, I'm not going to say a neutral feeling, but a positive feeling about whatever type of ship that I chose to get on?
That I chose to get on.
Because nobody made you
and
get
see,
on this ship.
That's why I stay so optimistic through all of my ships. Because at the end of the day, I chose to be on that ship.
I chose to be on that ship. I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them, I say, with the things I've gone through in life with different people, I say, they was like, well, you ain't mad at them people? You ain't mad at this? I said,
get off the ship and talk negative? No.
I said, I'm not mad. I said, but if I was mad, it had nothing to do with those people because I chose to tolerate what was going on
the ship.
On the ship.
Yeah.
Because before the ship ever left the dock, I had several opportunities to get off. But I chose to stay on that ship and set sail. So why would I get mad if something happened on the ship and I tolerated it?
Right.
When I had several opportunities to get off. But a lot of times we'll see, like, for instance, you get on the boat and it's rocking too much. Motion make you sick, but you still want to choose to get on the ship.
Mm.
What happened if you get on the ship and they say, well, this ship, the engine may not make it, but we're going to just try to take a chance to get out anyway. But you ignore that and we still get on the ship. That means you come with whatever happens
Right.
while you're on the ship.
Right. You don't need to get on there and you nutting up. Oh man, I can't believe this done happen yet. They warned you.
So a lot of times we see the signs. See, we got to realize we got to start listening at what people are saying, not from their mouth, but from their hearts and their actions.
Let's say that again, Brother Jordan.
We got to start listening at what people are saying, not from their mouth, but from their hearts and their actions. That speaks more than their mouth do. I don't go by what you tell me, but I go by what you tell me. Meaning in your show.
Right, right.
Meaning in your actions. That's why I ain't so keen on texting all the time.
Yeah.
I can't tell nothing about your text.
Yeah.
Your texting can be,
I say the same thing.
It has no feeling in it.
Right.
And that's what everything is based off of. Feeling. Right. I can't feel your text. I can just read it. Right. But now I can feel the tones in your voice.
Right.
I can feel or I can see the emotions on your face.
Your face. I'm talking
when we having this conversation.
Right.
So now I can relate better to what you're saying versus what you're texting.
Typing. Yeah, texting, yeah.
So if I'm trying to get to know somebody, I don't want to get to know you through no text.
Right. Right.
Because we already lie through our mouths.
Right.
Which has feeling and emotion. Your text don't have no feeling or emotion. You can send me all the smiley faces and emojis and hard eyes all you want to. That don't tell me nothing. Because you could be sending a heart face with a frown on your face. You could be sending me a love heart when your heart is already broken. Or with no love in your heart.
No pure motives or intention.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
But what happens when you say what builds the relationship? What happens when your relationship was built with pure motives, with pure feelings? But guess what? You built it off lies.
Wow. Wow.
What happens is when I got on this ship, you showed me that this ship was brand new. Right. Everything was fine on it. Been tested over and over again.
Right.
I read the manual, and the manual said X, Y, and Z. But as the ship gets ready to set sail, that was just a wrap you had on the ship. This ship, 40 years old.
Yeah.
That engine, it been in him 25 years. Everything you said in the pamphlet, wasn't right, wasn't real, wasn't true.
Wow.
Now what was your relationship built upon?
A lie.
A lie. And it goes back to the word.
Deception.
It goes back to the word of foundation. You know, we have to have our foundation on good ground. Good ground is truth. See, I can build on anything when it's truth and solid. Right. But lies are not solid. Right. So it's ready to crumble at any time.
Anytime. Good.
So I can't tell. That's why when I go into a relationship, whether it be friendships, courtships, whatever, I try to be the most authentic, genuine person I can be. Right. Because when a person decides to get on the ship, they already know what they're getting. Right. Based off what the pamphlet and brochure says. Because I work just like my manual says it do. Right. I'm not going to just sell you. I'm not going to just tell you something just to sell you something.
Right, right, right. I like that.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
What I say is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need no infomercial just to hype you up.
Right.
I am the infomercial.
Come on now.
You got a question, ask. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Right.
And it's up to you whether you like it or not. But
or believe it or not.
Or believe it or not. But it's the truth.
Because some folks will ask you something and then you tell them and they be like, you lying.
You lying. But if you weren't going to believe me, why you asked anyway? If you had already brought forth your conclusion on who and what I am, right. Why ask me?
Right.
It's crazy how we work, man. Based off
I bet. I was just finna say, brother.
Based off our feelings.
Ooh, that thing, we got about 5 more minutes, but that's it.
We put a lot of trust, a lot of hope, a lot of everything
in our feelings.
In something that's one of the most unstable things in this world.
That's so real because you get in a relationship with a person because of how they making you feel, and what if they stop making you feel like that?
You got to look at the person that probably even created the word.
Feel
It's what's your feelings? Just like you're on a boat, right? It's tossed to and fro.
back and forth.
It's wavering.
Waver, yeah.
Some days gonna be high, some days gonna be low. Some days the wind's gonna get and the turbulence gonna get even worse.
Mm.
So any type of ship you get in, whether it's relationship, courtship, friendship, whatever, it's gonna be shaky because it's built upon something that's like water. That's feelings. That's
Waver.
meaning it's never gonna be smooth sailing.
Mm. That's a tough pill to swallow, right there, now.
Yep.
So all of your relationships,
Even the one with God.
that's what I'm saying.
Think about it. Some days, like we said earlier, you excited about God.
Yeah. In expectancy.
Yeah.
I know God.
And then some days you like, Lord, what is it? I've been trusting, I've been paying my tithes, I've been praying, I've been believing, I've been fasting. And still is not going. So what is your relationship built upon?
Pause and look at them. I'm gonna let them think. Cause boy, I know I'm over here like man, whew, that's a tough one. When you really realize that everything is built off feelings, that ain't good for real.
It's not.
Like that's reality, but that ain't good. Especially me. Shoot. One moment I can feel like this, and that moment I ain't, you feel me? Like, man,
But that's what
Mm.
I mean. We saying it ain't good to build our feelings. And should I say, I ain't gonna say it ain't because there's something that has to draw your interest in whether you even want to be in a relationship, even with God.
Right.
There was something about God that attracted us to Him,
Right.
even though we was made in His image,
Right.
even though He created us.
Right.
There was different points in people's lives to where they wanted to accept them into their life. Some
Right.
people do it at a young age. Some people do it at middle age. Some people do it at the end,
Old age.
at old age, and some people do it at the end of their life.
Right.
But it's still based upon the feeling. Even though that's a good thing and a good feeling, it's based upon the feeling.
You only gonna hit the Lord up when you feeling a type of way.
Yeah. But it's happy or
That's
sad.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And to be honest, that's the way it's supposed. Because I don't want to heat them up just because I feel like, well, either way, it's still a feeling.
Right.
But I don't want to make it a routine to where there's no realness in it.
Right. No,
it's just, it's 8 o'clock, so I got to pray.
Yeah, ritual.
Regardless of whether I got something to pray about, regardless of whether I got, which we should always have something to pray about, but we don't always pray.
Right.
So I don't want to just be doing something routinely.
Right.
But I want to do it because of how I feel about Him.
Right.
And that's the way we should be with our relationship. It's still about a feeling, but it shouldn't be about the wrong feeling. It should be about a pure, good feeling.
Right.
Lord, I'm coming to you because I just thank you for what you've been in my life.
Right.
Not just for what you can do for me.
Right.
Not based off of just how you make me feel. But based off of just,
I wouldn't even have feeling if it went for you.
If it wasn't for you. I wouldn't even have
I wouldn't even have
none of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have the feels to feel.
And then we should be like that with our relationships.
Right.
Regardless of how I'm feeling about you now. Still doesn't change the fact that I'm still in this ship with you. Just because I walk out of my room on the ship and it's breezy don't mean I'm going to go back in. Just because I walk out and it's sunny doesn't mean I'm going to go back in. Just because I walk out and it's raining. Which means we don't get to pick and choose the feeling that we feel. We just have to accept the feeling that we're feeling. That's when it's going down for you. See, we're gonna always have feelings, and it's all gonna be based upon feelings.
Right.
But can you accept
Yeah.
the feeling that you're in when you're in it?
Mm.
Can I accept that it's raining outside and put my rain jacket on and still go on and carry on with life?
Right.
Can I accept that it's hot outside and I'm gonna sweat,
Right.
but still go outside anyway?
Right.
Can I accept that it's cold outside and still go outside and do what I was supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah, I'm feeling cold. Yeah, I'm feeling hot. Yeah, I'm feeling wet.
Can I accept I may get married in the first year may be grave, and then we doggone struggle for 3 years, and then argue for 2 more, but then for a prosperous and loving next 20 years.
Yeah. Because you don't get to control the feeling.
Right. That's good. That's good. I think we got them thinking.
Yeah. Think about it. You don't get to control. Like right now, me and you could be talking. I might say something. It's gonna make you go to thinking something, feeling a different way about what I just said.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But now, does that mean you react and jump up and run out the door because you didn't like what I said?
Mm.
Or does that mean you get to reacting and jump and run in the door because you love what I said?
Mm.
Can we control the feeling?
Mm.
Because everything is built and based upon feeling.
Wow. What y'all think? This was good.
Yeah. God said, "Let there be light,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was so.
Mm-hmm.
That made him feel what? Good and very good.
Mm-hmm.
He said he saw that it was good and very good, meaning he felt that it was good and very good.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, you got me thinking over it.
But yeah, I think our time is up.
Oh yeah, we past time.
But anyway, like always, we say comment, like, share, view. Message us and let us know where we messing up at. Let us know where we can critique ourselves at. If you want to be a guest on the show, inbox, call me. But as always, keep God first. Keep God as your source. And until next time, we are.
That. Mm. Mm. You open up a can of worms there, brother Troy. Cause you got
Didn't think about it.
Dang. Dang.
That never crossed my mind.
Ooh. Every relationship is initiated based on the feeling. I'm just going to get something to eat. However, any type of relationship.
I mean, think about people you've never seen make before in your life, and then you just walk up to them. Yeah. It all stems from some type of feeling. Yeah. But I feel like you cool people.
Yeah. People say, "Oh man, shoot, man, here's it, man." People say that like, "Shoot, we met, it was just, cool people. We just a feeling." Yeah, Lee. Is that crazy? One messed up feeling the person feel about you, the person they not have nothing else to do with you, maybe lie to you. And they can lie on you, scandalize your name.
I mean, even in my